So let's make the handles and position them on our kitchen cabinets. So the handles are simple, round, and have a sort of a flower decor on top. Let's start by drawing a profile with the line tool. You can use it to create the shape of the handle. Okay, just a rough shape. And let's adjust these vertices. So slightly around the central part. Okay, around main body. Okay, let's change the Bezier corners like this, and maybe fillet this one. And finally chamfer these hard corners. Right, let's try the lathe modifier. Press 1 and move the center point like this. I guess this looks alright. Maybe let's make it slightly smaller. And maybe let's make the profile a bit longer. Okay, like this. Right, let's increase the segments so we get a smoother result. And let's collapse it to editable poly. First I'm going to change the line interpolation steps to something lower, like 4, just to save a couple of polys here. And let's collapse it. Right, now I'm going to weld these vertices. Looks good. And let's create the simple flower. Okay, so let's start with the line. Make a mirrored copy to the right. So let's make an instance first. Right, and let's convert them to editable splines. I'm gonna attach both of these together. Weld the endpoints so we have a closed shape. And convert to editable poly. Okay. Okay, and the edge on the center here. And cut in some edges to connect the vertices on the sides. And now from the side view, let's move it out and adjust the shape manually like this. Try to fit the shape of the knob. Let's add some edges here so we get a better fit. Right, and let's bring this part up and maybe slightly out. Okay, looks good. Let's add shell modifier. Let's use a small value like 2 millimeters. And increase the segments to 2. Okay, let's collapse the editable poly. Select the central edge loop and extrude it. Okay, let's set extrusion height to 0 and adjust the extrusion base width to something like this. Right. Now just move this inwards. Should give us a nice seam in the center. Okay, let's add turbo smooth. Looks fine. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my hierarchy tab and move the pivot point to the center of the handle. Okay, good. Now hold the shift and rotate like this. I'm gonna rotate 60 degrees and make 5 copies. Right, so it's a bit too thin. Okay. Not 5 copies. Oh yeah, that's correct. 5 instances. Okay, so it's a bit too thin. Let's make the pedals a bit wider. Like this, so they meet up with the next ones. Okay, looks fine. So here it is. Let's collapse the whole thing to an edit poly, or to editable poly, and attach it together. Just like that. Right, so there's the candle. Maybe let's make it a bit more interesting by selecting this edge loop. Okay, let's select these two and extrude them inward slightly. Just 1 millimeter. It looks like our normals are inverted, so fix that later. That looks fine. Let's add the smooth modifier to fix the faceting. And set it to auto smooth. Right, collapse back to editable poly. And let's change the lighting to 1 point light so you can see the normals, and as you can see the main part of this handle is inverted, so you're gonna select this element and use the flip option here. And this should fix it. Okay, looks good. Right. And so that's the handle, right? Let's unhide all. I'm going to change the wire color to black so I can see what's there, what's not. And let's make some copies of these handles. Actually, let's make instances, so we can easily adjust one of them later on, and all of them will get the same adjustments. Okay, let's check from the perspective. Looks like I forgot to assign a material placeholder for these handles. I want them to be made from brass, so I'm gonna assign the brass material. Okay, let's select all of them by using select instances and assign the brass material. Right, that's good. And they're on the wrong side, so let's mirror them and bring them out here. Perfect. Okay, one here. Right. Let's copy some of them for these longer drawers. Again, some for these doors. And some for the top drawers. Okay, and now for the top cabinets. Let's make a few more copies. Okay, let's copy them to the island as well. Make a copy. Rotate the correct way. Okay, so 2 for the doors. And a few more for the long drawers. Let's check if they're correct. Let's check the positioning. Okay, make sure they just touch the wood surface and move these down as well. Right, so that's it for the handles. Double check the depth. So these are too deep. Let's move them out. Okay. Right. And that's it for the handles.